can go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cut to Conversation powered by Z Studios. I'm your host, Zintle Nabe. Today, we're joined by two incredible creatives behind the theatrical stand-up comedy show, I'm MoMo and I Have Issues. Joining me is the show's writer and performer alongside its director. Before we get into the conversation, I'd love for each of you guys to introduce yourselves and just tell us a little bit about who you are.
I'll go first.
Yes.
My name is MoMo Matsunyane. I'm an actor, a published playwright, a director, and a producer. And I love what I do. Oh my God.
That's amazing. My name is Jefferson Tshabalala J. Bobs. I'm an artist, an entrepreneur, and a teacher, and I am the maker of the pots.
Yeah, to be done, baby.
Now, if you've watched Cut to Conversation before, you'll know that we like to do things a little differently. Instead of me working through a fixed list of questions, we've put a number of question starters into the bowl next to our guests. Throughout today's episode, Momo and Jefferson will take turns picking a question at random, and wherever that question leads, we shall follow. Yeah. Okay, the idea isn't just to have an interview, it's to have a conversation. So, who wants to go first? Drum roll.
All right, let's see what's
I hope these aren't hard.
No, these are chilled.
Okay.
Super chilled.
Okay.
All right. Yo, super chilled.
Oh my gosh, why are they so long?
How many of your boyfriends have... How did Momo and I Have Issues first come into existence? What was the first conversation or moment that sparked this show?
Lovely. Okay, so I've had a keen interest in stand-up comedy for all my life, basically.
Yeah.
And I've been too kind of, I guess, in a nutshell, pusillanimous to pursue it as a career because, it's just overwhelming and daunting.
Yeah.
And so when I wrote Unlearn, which is about a stand-up comedian who lives with anxiety and depression, I used her occupation or desire to do stand-up as a way of also testing if I could do it.
Yeah.
And so once I got the chutzpah, when I finally decided that I'm going for it, I then created I'm Mom When I Have Issues, something that I would be able to take around, a well-packaged show, but without divorcing the theater from me. And how do I create a marriage of the two? But yeah, it was about, I guess now I see it as a culmination of my entire journey and works. Please, my MoMo Matsunyane, Volume 1, available, thatmomo, at myshopify.com. So it feels like a journey is being completed, a chapter is being completed.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Is it me?
Yes,
Okay.
it's your turn.
Let's do this.
Oh.
Because what's bad?
Lucky draw.
Okay. You've both spent years in this industry. What has theater given you that success never could?
Ooh.
Come on, somebody.
Yo. This studio.
Okay, researchers.
A to Z. In her introduction, MoMo Matsunyane said, I love what I do. And I think I love what I do is something that many people who've accumulated some kind of like material success never get to say. It's almost like you enjoy what you have because of what you go through to get it. Like many people who make it to the upper echelons of success kind of go, I put up with that horrible job because it provides me this life. And I know many people like that. I know many people who live like a quote-unquote affluent life, a comfortable life. But that life is by virtue of strain. They dread the Monday. The dread where they have to wake up and go to. So I think experience in the industry has given me friends I cherish, has put me into projects that I could never dream of. I've met people that have changed my life. I've done things that have changed my life and changed other people's lives for the better. So I think that in itself is success for me. Like walking this journey makes one successful by the fact that like you meet such incredible human beings. You are faced with challenges that make you an incredible human being no matter what you're going through. So yeah, that's that for me.
It's beautiful. That's beautiful. And for me, I would say the ability to use my voice. And as a result, the impact my work has been able to have on people.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I've been a part of conversation starters. I've created things that have either, sometimes shattered boundaries in terms of ways of thinking or contributing to seeing things differently and being comfortable enough to at least go for it and brave enough to at least go for it. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to be able to use my voice. And that's not something you can buy or put a price to. And it's grateful. It's grateful. The craft, it's grateful when people, share with you what your work has done for them. So you kind of feel like, okay, in the moments when I was having challenges, believing that this thing will work, that I thank goodness I carried that through because it lived and was able to impact someone else. Yeah, that's that for me.
Okay.
Can I tail back to the last question?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
This part that says, what was the first conversation or moment that sparked this show?
Yeah.
Guys, I cried when Momo called me
Oh,
to direct this show.
Wow.
Yeah.
You cry?
Yeah. I sobbed for a long time. I felt incredibly honored. I felt very, very deeply moved and very deeply trusted by someone whose talent I have been shouting at for ages to do this. For me, I've always felt like I've always said to Momo for over a decade that stand-up comedy is fine if you enter the arena.
Yeah.
The game is gonna shift.
Imagine someone saying that. What kind of pressure? What kind of pressure is that? Oh my gosh.
So after all these years of yelling at her, the fact that she still called me and considered me for this, man,
That's beautiful.
I was very, very moved by it.
Thank you. And it was a no-brainer. I'm a practitioner of comedy. And it's taken me a while to kind of say that with my chest. But really, it's because I really love comedy. I grew up on it. I grew up in a home where I was encouraged to look at things analytically and critique them. And so, but this thing, stand up, this immediacy of saying the thought itself. And I was laughing at myself going, wait, see, I feel like I can kill it dry. Because I was trying to say the thing, right? And you want to say it.
That's funny.
But then, buga manje. But it's because I love my craft and it's all part of a beautiful journey that has led to this. To say, if anything, it's a huge affirmation of my voice and what it is that I contribute to the canon of theatre in South Africa. And so as somebody who has also been a practitioner of comedy for so many years, we've collaborated on various sketch shows. Our journeys have been moving side by side for a very long time. And so when this happened, it was a no-brainer for me to practically beg you to do this. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, let's get into that bowling game.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Let's see.
Oh, my God.
Okay. What did rehearsals actually look like? Was it lots of rewriting, improvisation, or sticking to a script?
Oh, my God.
This should be very interesting.
Rehearsals. Rehearsals were tough. When the show first debuted for Pop Art, my director was like, okay, this is where we're sitting with the script. And so I think I rewrote it, if not 3 times, twice during the rehearsal time, which created a lot of frustration in me because I was like, the actor in me is panicking because kifilo ka re siyavula and akakaqali nokufunda ama-line like, and so it was frustrating because the writer had work to do, because it was a collection of things that I'd finally opened from a note folder of mine to begin putting it together. And so now when someone else is in the presence of your intentions and is responsible for helping you shape those things into something coherent and impactful, it takes time. It takes time, but that's, yeah, so the beginning parts of it were about getting the text right. And then after that, the actor in me was like, yeah, but I'm feeling like I'm lost without a narrative. What is it? And the conversation between us a lot was, how is this gonna be different from just somebody else doing stand-up? What is going to set me apart? And obviously because I've got my theater history, how do we put this in a theatrical way or in a theatrical world, but still keeping the essence of what stand-up comedy is about? And so it was very frustrating, I won't lie. There were days when I would have the space to myself, which was also really nice, where he wasn't there. Where
there's not too much pressure.
Because opening. And not because he has temper, it's because we're both directors, we're both writers, we're both actors, we're both curators. So we understand, we also want a feeling that comes with the event itself. You know, so we understand what it's like to need to sell a product. So siyaclasha, because we challenge one another in the most beautiful ways, where I'm also having to force a particular need from him and say, I need this from you. And he says, okay, then I'll need you to do that. And then we meet each other halfway. But rehearsals were really awesome, man. There's so much value in getting the opportunity to do a show again. And when we did it at the gospace.com for the second time, you know, there's so much joy in discovering like what you may have missed the first time, because in Beguguti we need to have a show. But suddenly, now that you've done it, you go, oh my goodness.
That's the gift.
There are these other things, these other gifts, these other nuggets, which now also helped shape this run, which was our third leg, where as a production company, I was just like, it's time for us to get out of Joburg and grow the reach of my work. And so this was also really lovely to have done it again. And it can only shape the rest of the runs. What was rehearsal like for you?
I did most of the work.
Chair for starters.
I love that.
No, man. I always joke about how like I'm a professional tagger alonger, and like it's not to downplay what I do, but I love coming into environments where someone cares more about the thing that's happening than I do, and there's no shortage of care if you're gonna work with MoMo.
Oh, wow.
There's no shortage of like a desire for precision, a desire for the work being absolutely beautiful. And one of the things that I learned during this process is just the etiquette also of like approaching delicate work, you know? Because this work is extremely fragile. This work is extremely delicate. It comes off as scathing, it comes off as like off the cuff. She comes off as like super brave, but for her to be like that, there's so much of herself that she needs to put down, so much of her guard that she needs to put down, so much about how she's seen that she needs to put down, so much about how she wants to be seen that she needs to. So like, I really had an interesting masterclass in how to appear actually for a process that requires you to come in the first person. Because this craft that we do, this theater training, this writing of multiple plays, allows you to go through Angel, go through Penny, you go through these other characters that you can claim you've envisioned. But the moment you say, I'm Momo,
Yeah.
now we're like, no matter what, even if you're making something fiction, you're making it fiction under the premise that I am Momo.
Right.
So I'm hearing it in the first person. So for me, rehearsal was really about, when am I meeting Momo, Abutineo's daughter? When am I meeting Momo, the published playwright? When am I meeting Momo, the professional? And for me, it was about, how does each scene give me a different Momo so I can meet her issues differently? And that's what I was looking out for. Which Momo am I talking to now? Without asking her. Like, my job is to, okay, this is high school Momo. Okay, does her insecurity show? Does her vulnerability show that she's in a space where other people earn more? And blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is dating Momo. What is she like as a romantic partner? Oh, this is someone's daughter Momo. So for me, rehearsal was really such a deeper, insightful way of learning my friend, actually. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
I want to break my own rules, guys. I just want to go back a bit. You guys are speaking on this topic of rehearsal, how you guys are both writers, and during the process, you know, there were parts that you were rewriting and all of that. I want to know, when do you know that it's time to put the pen down and just like trust the work? Is it like a feeling? Is it, when does that happen? When is that moment where you're like, okay, this is it, we're good? Because you can continue to just continue.
You can.
You know?
And there's a danger with that. There's a huge danger with that.
Jefferson's like, I'll let you take this one.
You know what? I think with the love for precision and care, there can be a danger of wanting to, because at some point, the pristineness of it needs to get muddied so that the magic happens, right? That's the only time it happens. Yeah. And so I'm very aware of this. I say it to people when I'm directing them, right? But when in practice, but when it's my own work and I'm responsible for what's coming out of my mouth, the seeking kind of really doesn't end. And what that creates sometimes is a constant fear and questioning of whether this thing is working. But I also have the incredible ability to laula myself and surrender. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one that's going to be on that stage. And so there's a level of confidence. It's like you have Donald Trump and AKA confidence
And
together.
Kanye
And
combined.
Kanye, you understand? There comes a time when you gotta step in that zone.
Don't let her.
And not you understand?
Nota.
Nota, all of them. You gotta go.
Avengers.
Uchi, man. And go, nah, man, you've got this. And that's also the beauty about having a director, is that you have someone who also knows when to be able to say, I think you need to let go of that. I think, because also we talk a lot. So there's no awkwardness around, you know, calling each other out in the process, of course, within the structures, right? And in the most Momo and Jeff way, but that still contains respect for space and work and just human generally. But it's great to have somebody who also reminds you and says, dog, you've got this. Let's put that thing down. It's okay. You've completed the checklist. We created the material. We know that the material is funny. We hope the people will think it's funny. And if they don't laugh, more than anything, they would have at least gotten a theatrical experience of some kind, right? But comedy must equal laughs. But so you can't just be like, no, it's funny. You know. But of course, it's about how, when, bahleka nini, maseke khulume ngani. So it's also interesting to see how audiences interact with the work itself. So to trust that as well, and to just hoy. And then, of course, once that egg has cracked, once the audience is there, there's nothing anyone can do. And that's why it's important for people, this is for them, you know, and once they're there, the experience is validated, the realness of what the hard work looks like is finally tangible, and it's such a gift. It's a gift. Yeah.
I think Jeff wants to say
Oh,
something.
boo, what Jeff?
I think posters help.
Come on.
Web tickets link, CompuTicket link. There's a date that we're opening on. So, like, no matter what we're doing, we both know the date.
Has to happen.
So if Momo's calling me in December, hey, I've got this thing, I cry. Next thing, she sends me a poster. So that poster says, you now have to curate for yourself what is fluff time, what is figure it out time, what is... Mara, we've got this date.
And we must be ready by then.
Man. So this thing of creating in perpetuity is dangerous. Because
Until we come.
you never arrive. That thing had to have a release date.
Yeah.
Or else none of those... They're going to still be in her hard drive.
That's true.
So you have to set a date and commit to that date.
You have to.
And once you've committed to that date, then you can then work backwards. You can then say, okay, but this day, please, let's try to be off book by this day, so that we have at least 2 good days before we open to just keep on doing runs. That way, you have this like lingering deadline. You have this lingering timeline, and you know how much free time you have, how much downtime you have, and then the day comes. You know, Momo says, if all else fails, just act. You know, and then I'm like, we're 2 days away from just act. I need all the things that are for acting. Because very soon it's going to be just act. So all else can't fail now. We have 2 days for all else not to fail.
Yeah.
All right, let's go, Momo.
Okay. Young theatre makers often believe talent is enough. What's something you wish they'd understand earlier, or they'd understood earlier about sustaining a career?
I am young theatre makers.
Just to be sure that we know.
I'm going to use Momo as an example.
Wow.
This particular show that we're talking about, Momo and I Have Issues, premiered in February of 2026. Immediately after that premiere, had a good four performance season. Some of those shows sold out, you know what the vibe is. And by March, she was in another season at another theater under the same umbrella with Pop Art. And then a couple of months passed, she's done a couple of other sold out things. She's doing that show in Cape Town. And within a matter of weeks, she'll be announcing where else she's doing this show again. On the 1st of August, she's part of a sold out lineup with Stella and the other girlies.
Let's go.
We're speaking here about one project.
Yeah.
And that one project emerging her in her stand-up kind of arena. And she was the lead character anchor at the Savannah Comics Choice Awards. So all these things...
Directed by who?
I will.
Come on, somebody!
So all these things are not in that collection of things. The amount of things you have to do. The amount of things you have to do. What's the gag? I'm at this, I'm at that, I'm at that, I'm at that. And that means
I'm not making enough money with the first thing.
So there's a level of silver platinus that young theatre makers expect. There's a level of I've studied, now the industry must happen. There's a level of I'm talented, I'm gifted, so doors must open. But none of it happens if you aren't booking the venues, if you aren't making the posters, if you aren't traveling the shows, if you aren't shooting self-tapes before your next performance, if you... These are literally things that I'm watching her do.
Yeah.
For the glimpses that we see on the socials, the amount that goes behind that is incredibly difficult to sustain, and you're having to sustain a great deal of output, a great deal of sales, a great deal of presence, a great deal of auditioning, a great deal of selling, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And the sad part is that people that are less talented can do much more because they don't care as much. Because making good work also compromises your state. Like making work that you pour yourself into compromises how you show up. It takes a lot to do a work like this.
It's a lot.
It takes, but it must take that lot, and you must still post tomorrow. It must take that lot, and you must still edit the video. It must take that lot, and you must still go to the opening night. It takes that lot, and you must still have a hot 15 for the 1st of August. So my wish is that anyone who's entering the sector is not disillusioned by the glitz and the glam and understands that it's a great deal of work. And a great deal of raising your hand every time, even on days when you don't want to.
I think Jeff said a lot of what I completely resonate with that. And thank you for the huge shout out, because that's, some people don't realize just how much goes into it. You just have to do the work. I like to say to younger people, just because you're unemployed doesn't mean you're not working, right? And so if you say you're a practitioner of something, you need to be doing that thing every day, whether someone has hired you to do it or not. We know now, understanding that we don't want to fall into the same traps as those who came before us. How do we sell what my aunt likes to call your liquina? What's your liquina? What's your liquina? What's the thing that can continue to feed you? Because there's this whole other system, right? But you're also working and creating the thing. When you want to give people opportunities, I need to ask, so when did I opened up the process because younger people are constantly asking to come into my processes, sometimes just to watch, sometimes they want to offer a hand, right? And I love doing that because it's so important for us to continue to give space to other people who want to be in this field, and so they can come in and learn, you know? And sometimes within a few minutes, you can just tell from just speaking to someone and asking them about their interest in the work, that like, oh no, this person is not here. They're not here. And you know, and then you offer that same opportunity to someone else and they come in and they go wild with it. And you can see that, okay, now the next time I have another production, I'm calling that person in, right? We're now creating a network. So it does take an incredible amount of work. But people are looking for handouts, and then and it's slightly unattractive when someone says "Nkaste."
Slightly.
Just say slightly.
Really, like that's it.
Gross.
That's it. You're just waiting for me to cast you. That's so interesting. So yeah, we need to keep working. It's not an easy industry, so it takes a lot, but you must want it. You must want it.
Yeah.
And I mean, in this particular process, MoMo picked up the call to hire her director. That hat-in-hand notion of actors smooching up to directors. Change that. Akira, you want to act. Talk to your other friends who want to act. Read the play you want to act. And then get someone to come in. Like, you can't have that power metric control you forever. You can't always be waiting for directors, always be waiting for theaters. Akira, you say you want to act.
Hire them.
What does it need? Hire the things that you need around you. Hire the things that you need around you.
And find good collaborators.
Yes.
I think that's
very
another thing I'd
important.
say to young people. Find people that you can work with, people who believe in you, people who have the same work ethic as you, and people who want it as much as you do, and are willing to do the time. Forget everything else. Do the time.
Because that.
All right, so we can
Jeff.
go to the
Kina?
chef. Yes,
Ooh la
please.
la.
Hey, okay.
Nakia.
What?
There's a joke.
Zaki Palezo, you
Oh,
wanna? Jefferson, what was your biggest note to Momo throughout rehearsals? Thank you guys for spelling Momo correctly.
Thank you. With capital M.
Yes.
Let's hear the secrets. We want
hear
them.
it.
Lankabadu.
Bua, Sarafina, bua.
That's easy.
I'm trying to find a way to answer this without selling my friend out.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I think she's already spoken about it, and it's something that I know happens to me as well. When you've sometimes occupied another hat, the hats rotate in your brain. So sometimes I just need my writer in the room, and then the girl who wants to act has thought of a great idea. I'm like, that's a great performance thing. It doesn't read on the script. And sometimes I want my acting girly, and I can hear that as she's saying this line, she's changing it. So now I'm dealing with my writer, editor girly. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I know what we need to do next, but my director girl has already got her directing.
Oh, son.
So I think the big note, and it's a note that also I earn by my prep, is like, trust that you've brought me here for a reason.
Yeah.
You know? And sometimes go into it not knowing. Because those vocations that Momo's good at, like writing is about knowing. You kind of need to know where the end is. Directing is about having a direction to the end. And sometimes I just want my actor to go so that I can see. And I can see things that she hasn't seen. And she can discover things she hasn't discovered. So we kept on having the note of going to the funny of the joke. What is the core of the... What are we doing in this section? Like, even when we came here to Cape Town, one of our conversations, like in our last rehearsal before opening, was about, let's rediscuss every session. Like, okay, while we're doing it, if I'm not believing it, or if I don't feel like it's anchored anywhere, let's talk about what does this section give to us? So the primary note became, what are we doing with this story? What are we doing with this story? And I need that note to be heard by not the writer, not the director, not the published playwright, but the girl who's standing on stage, my stand-up comic. I think that was the one for me.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go,
It's you.
Mons.
The title says, I'm Momo and I have issues, but by the end of the show, it feels like you're inviting us to confront our own. Was that always your intention? Absolutely. Absolutely. I love this quote. I even put it up as part of my post when Toni Morrison says, healing seldomly happens, if at all, in isolation. And the whole point of the show, the reason it confronts, the reason it probes, the reason it forces you into an oath, into a corner, where from the beginning you are in on it, is so that we can create a space for collective healing to happen. It is one thing to complain about something. It is another to say, I have this problem. I hope you will relate to it too. But through you relating, how can we together try and forge a way forward, right? And I'm grateful for the call to action that the play pushes, that the content pushes. It is absolutely that. I had to be vulnerable. And that's what comedy is. It is vulnerability and empathy being questioned or framed differently for the purposes of healing to happen, right? And so it is an invitation. And it's lovely to see how audiences process with me in real time, from shock factor, from cackling humor and getting lost in it, to the more silent, introspective moments, and where they also hold space for me when they see me slightly unravel. And I feel it, and I feel them holding space for me. So I love that, because the communion that is taking place is serving its purpose. And absolutely, that was the invite. Yes. Jefferson Tshabalala.
I am Jefferson.
And I
And
have
I also have issues.
yes, we're
But
with you.
it
It is
is
well. And that part.
Ah.
Ah.
You know, like people who went to the show.
Come on.
Yeah. If your grandmother were sitting in the audience today watching a Momo and I have issues, what do you hope she'd understand about why you chose this life?
This life of creativity. Oh my goodness. So my grandmother has been in the audience watching this show at the iteration when it debuted, actually at Pop Art. My family comes to everything I do. And so but this particular one was always like a bit of in the family WhatsApps, there's like a whole thing, hey, you know? And it was important for me, actually, part of the reason why I had to do the stand-up as myself. One of my issues is the fact that I've never found a safe space enough, even growing up as a kid, to talk about my family in a way that doesn't attach them to anyone being known, right? So even as a kid, when your friends are complaining about their moms and their dads, where I want to contribute in the same breath, I had to not and halt, because the thought of they're gonna immediately when the minute I say his name, it's now Neo M Matsunyane and not someone's father. You know, and so very often I grew up having to withhold those kind of experiences, which was awfully terrible, because you know.
You want to participate?
Yeah, but it feels like there is something you have to protect. And so part of this exercise in the stand-up journey was to rid myself of that heaviness and being able to and to also let my family know that I would never put their names or us in a position of being disrespected. But they do know that I'm this kind of child. So they are, you know, they're with me. Yeah, but there was a huge sense of pride. I think my grandmother, one thing I'll say is that she is very, very proud of me. Yeah.
All right. Let's move along to the next one.
We do the whole bowl.
No, we don't need to do the whole bowl. We just need options. We like options.
Yes. No, it
Let's
makes
do maybe
sense.
3 more questions.
Makes sense. Oh, there we go. That's nice. When people watch a production you've directed, what do you hope they come to recognize as distinctly Jefferson? In other words, what is your signature as a director? Come on, somebody. I love these questions.
Yes.
Can I eat while we talk?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Earlier in my career, I was very particular about like what the set looks like, what the audience configuration is like, what the symmetry things are like, and particularly what the text sounds like. Like very like the
Yeah, you are particular about that.
yeah. In my formative directorial years, you would know in the first minute, okay, which FBega corner, Like there's something about like heavy consonants that still have a flow. There's something about very heightened ways of being. So like I don't like lazy actors. I don't like lazy bodies. I don't like people that talk pedestrian. Like I like
heightened.
It's an hour of my life.
The stakes are high.
that I've come to sit down. You take me elsewhere, far from where I come from. So like the stakes are very much like that. Now, what is it? Middle ages. Like now I want to look like I wasn't there. It's like the complete opposite now. Like now I'm more curious. Like for instance, with a show like this, we literally have a tripod and a phone.
Yes.
We have a tripod and a phone and an hour and 10 minutes. My new signature, or the thing that I'm aiming for now, is now that I'm confident in what my formative years gave me in narrative and story, now it's about taking all of it away. I'm now more interested in sculpting instead of showing. So like before, it's like, you want to build this huge giant thing so that people can be immersed in this world that you've built. Now it's about like chipping out.
Yeah.
Chip out what you don't need so that only what you need remains. So I hope that's going to translate to a signature of clarity, simplicity, like nuance, and favoring what this story needs versus what my style would look like in it. Yeah, like I don't wanna. Like when you play those games where do this song but like this artist, that doesn't excite me anymore. It used to before. Like I feel like, oh okay, oh it's a raga song, but I'm doing it gospel style. So we know the gospel artist was here. So before it would have been like, you would have like MoMo would rap the whole show,
Right.
so that I'm like, yeah, at least
Yeah, it's a
stylistically we did
Jefferson,
something,
yeah.
you know. Or like from a set perspective, we're gonna
That's
have like
true.
20 doors. Momo the child, Momo the what? Momo
Yeah,
to show
yeah,
that
yeah.
like, but now it's like, what do you strip away? Yeah, so I think I'm going more towards a directorial style that susses out what the story needs and how it wants to be received. Yeah, getting out of my own way, essentially.
Serving the story.
Yeah.
I think
All
it's
right,
you.
we can have our final question.
Woo! Why uthathe wile? Okay.
It's a standard. Why did this story need to exist as a stand-up comedy show
Oh my gosh.
instead of a traditional theater production?
I think I touched a bit of that in the beginning. Yeah, I've always been fascinated by stand-up comedy. And when my father was with us, because he's an artist, there are things that I think in other homes probably weren't allowed, unlike in my home. So there's a bit more freedom when you're being raised by an artist. I was a lot alone. There's a lot of freedom. And when you are a lot alone, uyakanga, yabo. But when really the times I did, like every Saturday, my dad would wake us up and we'd sit down and watch all sorts of movies. And amongst those VHSs were tapes of like Raw and Delirious and a lot of Richard Pryor, Sunset on the Boulevard Strip. Like I grew up on all of this. There's a DVD I love called Before They Were Kings. And it's all these big names when they were still in like the smaller clubs. I was like, what? So I grew up on that. And the Kings of Comedy, the Queens. But obviously there were parts my dad would not show me, right? And then when I was very alone, then I now watched the whole thing, right? And I was like, oh my goodness, just drawn into this world of this person on stage alone. and being able to make people drop their guard and take them on a journey, usually through their eyes. That's the whole point, right? How this person sees the world. That's what makes stand-up comedians different from one another. Is that even if they are all in the, we do our stand-up in African languages, they're all trying to serve the same purpose, right? And so that, I found it very powerful. I also come from a family where you have to be quick, where there's a kind of thinking and an energy that is encouraged. From the time I was young, I was encouraged to have a voice. I was encouraged to have an opinion. They made me watch very traumatic things sometimes, like political movies, and I'm like, find, things about Idi Amin and people chop leg. I'm like, ay bo. But that time you're 6 years old, right? But they would let me know very early in life that umhlaba complicated. And you can either take part in how you share, how you see it, or sit back and watch things happen to you. Watching my family work, watching my dad direct, watching my aunt create television shows, and getting this opportunity to live within this thing, I really saw the value in what art can do. And so with stand-up comedy, comedy alone is always in my works. And in varsity, we had a choice between comedy and improv in third year, and I chose, obviously, comedy, because I was like, yes, now I'll know the intricate stuff of it. Because obviously there's a huge part of it that one can't teach, but there's actually there's a math to it. Before you get to the magic, there's a math. And understanding what creates these moments of laughter, of empathy, of shock, of, phrasing of a joke, saying something in the beginning versus at the end, and how it completely flips the whole way it can be interpreted. Those are things you have to take time to do. And so sharpening my comedy tool through my other plays and the things that I've done really has brought me to this moment. And I'm MoMo had to exist. MoMo had to exist as a, and I say it as a joke now to say that it almost feels like Inkile dry, but actually what it is, and I said this while crying in the shower the other day, and I said, the entire time I just had to be me. After a 21-year in career in this craft, it seems like people want to see me. Me knowing how to act was great. And it feels like, and I don't undermine everything or anything that I've experienced, but it's just funny sometimes when you reflect and you think sometimes the most powerful way you can go about your message, it is the thing. And I had to go through all of that because that's what I do, right? But I'm able to say I'm MoMo because of that 21-year career. So it had to happen that way. And it's, if anything, it's such a big compliment to the source and my family and me to say my existence and the thing that I've been following all these years is so valid. And I'm grateful to have been able to be in servitude to my voice and trying to connect people and trying to get people talking. Yeah.
All right, we're going to close, guys. But before we do, Momo, please give us a little info about that book. Next to you there, yes. What is that?
It's called Plays by MoMo Matsunyane. As part of my SBYA win, what I decided to do with the rest of my Zazazika, Mashankura, I, along with Monachem Motsabi, who has over the years always said to me that one day he hopes I publish my work. And when the time came, I said, I know exactly who I'm having this conversation with. And the Atskonacheng is his self-publishing company. And so I got to work with him. Slovo Mampacha designed the cover. And I also worked with another SBYA alumni, Mahlatse Mokhonyana, and he directed the book launch under Standard Bank's graciousness and support of the arts. And so this, there's 3 plays. Penny, which is about the story of a young girl navigating the acting industry, Unlearn, about a stand-up comedian who lives with anxiety and depression, and then Kalibitso La Moya, which is a play about a young girl, Lintswe, who finds herself in the hands of a devious pastor and who grooms her, and is about institutional abuse. So the play is available on thatmomo, at myshopify.com. Or people can feel free to contact me on Instagram as well for direct kind of purchase. But yeah, it's there and it's doing so well. Cape Town did, oh my gosh, I love that you guys love to read, clearly.
Yeah.
So, there was a beautiful, beautiful kind of devouring of the book during my time here, and I'm so grateful for that. So I will definitely be back, but the book is available online.
Yes, and we will have that link below.
Yes.
Momo and Jeff, thank you guys so much for such an insightful conversation. It's been a privilege unpacking not only Momo and I Have Issues, but also the creative process, the collaboration and the conversations that theatre has the power to start. You guys have been amazing.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you very soon again.
Yes. See you very soon again. Thank you for having us.